Set Number 2. My featured book is The War That Saved My Life by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. The genre is historical fiction, and the reading level is 4th through 7th grade. The awards are the John Newbery Medal and the Golden Kite Award for middle grade fiction. The War That Saved My Life is about Ada, who never left her apartment because her mom is embarrassed by Ada's clubfoot. Ada's mom is abusive and neglectful towards Ada and her brother Jamie. World War II was starting to begin, so Jamie was being shipped out to live in a safer area. However, Ada decides to sneak out with him to escape her mother. Ada and Jamie are relocated to Susan Smith, who initially does not want to take care of them. As the story goes on, Susan begins to care for the children and raises them as they were her own. Jamie and Ada get to experience things they could not have in London, like riding horses and finding German spies. However, will Jamie and Ada continue to live with Susan, or will they be forced to go back to their mother and have to fight a war of their own? This book is a great book that will make you feel all of your emotions. My first standard is for 3rd grade through the Ohio English Language Arts. Students and teachers will have been reading The War That Saved My Life in class. The students will use their creative skills to write a letter to a character. Students will collaborate in whole groups and small groups. During the small groups, students will communicate ideas and create a structure. As a whole group, we will go over the structure and the students will begin to write a rough draft. Using Padlet, students will post their letters. Students will use critical thinking when thinking of elements of the story to use in their letters. To reach a wider audience, the Padlet will be viewable to the public and to the other 3rd grade classes. In the letters, students should use descriptive writing. They should also include scenarios from the book that relate to the character they are writing to. When writing the letter, the students can write it using any emotions. My next standard is for 4th grade through the Ohio Social Studies. Students will read The War That Saved My Life independently and discuss it as a class. When students approach the chapters that discuss rationing, this lesson will be executed. Students will use critical thinking when creating the bar graphs that show rationing through clothes and food. The girls and boys will collaborate separately when creating bar graphs. Students will communicate as they research the information to create the bar graphs together with assistance from me. Using NCES KidZone, students will create their bar graphs. They will independently create a food graph and collaborate for the clothes graph. During the clothes graph, girls will collaborate to discuss the number of girls' clothes, and the boys will collaborate to discuss the number of boys' clothes. Students will be creative when designing the bar graphs. To reach a wider audience, the graphs will be posted on social media through the school district. Students will fill in the information will fill in the research they have gathered about clothes and food and put the information into the bar graph. They have to label all parts and decorate the bar graphs. Once the boys and girls create their clothes bar graphs, both groups will compare the amount of clothes differences. My second book is Words Set Me Free, the story of young Frederick Douglass by Lisa Klein Ransom. The illustrator is James E. Ransom. The genre is picture book, biography, and multicultural. The reading level is kindergarten through 4th grade. The book has won the Eureka Excellence and Nonfiction Gold Award. This book shows the true story of Frederick Douglass in his youth. It shows the hardships that he has faced as being a slave. The book shows how Frederick fights for equality through words as he taught other slaves how to read. This is an inspiring story that writes about the challenges he faced while also having beautiful illustrations to go along with the story. My third book is I Will Be Fierce. The author is Bae Birdsong and the illustrator is Naini Tani. The genre is picture book and multicultural. The reading level is preschool through 1st grade. The book has not won an award. This inspirational story shows a young girl she takes on her day bravely. As she goes through her day, she takes it on as if she's living a magical quest. The young girl has to solve mysteries and climb mountains from all the time she wakes up to when the day is over. She's not afraid of anything, and she stands up for what she believes in, like standing up to bullies and making new friendships. This children's book sends a positive message about fighting for what you believe in and never backing down from tough journeys that can occur. It also has beautiful illustrations. My fourth book is Rabbit Listened. The author and illustrator are Corey Dorfield. The genre is picture book and the reading level is preschool through kindergarten. The book has won the Golden Kite Award for pictured book text. The Rabbit Listened is about a young boy, Taylor, who is building blocks when suddenly they all crash. Taylor was devastated, but all the animals noticed and came to help him. They were helping him cope in different ways, like telling Taylor to yell or saying to run and hide from it. He did not like these ideas and was still feeling sad until a rabbit came along and listened while Taylor expressed his emotions in a variety of ways. This book shows children how they can be there for someone, and it teaches children how there is many ways emotions can be released. My fifth book is The Hello Goodbye Window. The author is Norton Juster, and the illustrator is Chris Roszak. The genre is picture book, and the reading level is preschool through 3rd grade. The book has won the Caldecott Medal. The Hello Goodbye Window is about a girl and the relationship she has with her grandparents. The kitchen window is the Hello Goodbye window, and everything important happens here. There are many things that happen when at Nana and Poppy's house that describe their fun relationship, like Poppy playing the harmonica, and when she looks out at the stars with Nana. The girl cherishes the window and all the memories it has created. The story is a cute story that makes you feel like a child at your grandparents' house again, and it's a heartfelt story that provides amazing illustrations. My sixth book is The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. The illustrators are Ruthie Harper and Nancy M. Leake. The genre is picture book, and the reading level is preschool through 3rd grade. The book has won the Distinguished Achievement Award for Excellence in Educational Journalism. The Kissing Hand is about Chester Raccoon, who is afraid to start school. Mrs. Raccoon assures him he'll be okay, but gives him the kissing hand to be sure. Mrs. Raccoon kisses Chester's hand and tells him to think of her when he is lonely. and she says, "Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you." This story is a sweet and loving story that can be used for easing students into a new school year. My seventh story is This is the Treat, a story of the baboon. The author is Miriam Moss and the illustrator is Adrian Kenway. The genre is picture book, poetry, and informational. The reading level is kindergarten through second grade, and the book has not won an award. The story is told through a poem as it describes the baobab tree and how it provides for the wildlife. The tree is old as a volcano, but it still provides food and shelter. This book would be wonderful for getting students familiar with poetry, and it provides a great story with wonderful illustrations. My eighth book is Harold and the Purple Crayon by Crockett Johnson. The genre is picture book and modern fantasy. The reading level is preschool through first grade. The book has won the Indies Choice Book Awards Picture Book Hall of Fame. Harold and the Purple Crayon is about Harold and the adventure he goes on with his purple crayon. He decided one evening he was going on a walk, and as he was walking, he would draw with his crayon. There were buildings, balloons, and of course his bed, so he could fall asleep when he was done. The book is a silly book that allows children to picture themselves with a purple crayon and a wild imagination. Hope you enjoy reading these books as much as I did.